Hello there. Today is Wednesday, 15 July 2026. This is Healing After Loss. And as always, I will be reading from this book, Healing After Loss, Daily Meditations for Working Through Grief. If you'd like to get your own copy of this book because you find this series beneficial, there is an affiliate link below. Also, if you find this series beneficial, then please do all the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, etc. Let's begin. July 15. When I lay my questions before God, I get no answer, but a rather special sort of no answer. It is not the locked door. It is more like a silent, certainly not uncompassionate gaze, as though he shook his head, not in refusal, but in waiving the question. Like, peace, child, you don't understand. C.S. Lewis. Sometimes it seems our greatest hope is that we don't understand. Because from the vantage we have when we are feeling low, the sense of the futility of life and the apparent finality of death can all but overwhelm us. Far better to acknowledge that our understanding is limited, to relish the stories of faith and intuition that come to us, and wait and see. We stand so close. What if someone trying to view Michelangelo's magnificent painting of the creation of Adam in the Sistine Chapel got so close that all he could see was two fingertips touching? A good view, but a very small piece of the whole picture. Our questions are unanswerable. The real question is one of trust. Okay, so, yes, if you are a person of faith in something bigger than us, you don't have to name that something as God. You don't have to be religious, but if you are spiritual in any way and you believe that there is something bigger than just our life on this planet, then probably from time to time you have questions for that bigger thing. And when you've lost someone, you have questions for that bigger thing. Why him? Why her? Why now? Why not me? Sometimes. Why? Why is the big question. It's so hard not to know. Even when there's a note, why still doesn't get answered. And we know we can't ask the person we've lost. So we have to ask the thing that is bigger than us. But that's not a question that the thing that's bigger than us ever seems willing to answer. At least not in words that our brains can comprehend. I believe that right before Mommy died, she was told by God, her spirit was told, you're next, wrap it up. Because she was on a trip to celebrate the life of her third brother who died. Again, she was one of 9. She was 7 of 9. And she'd lost 2 brothers previously. And so when this third brother died, she drove north to wrap it up. I don't think she consciously could possibly have been aware that she was wrapping it up, but I think in her soul, God told her, wrap it up, because you're next. And she was gone 3 weeks later. So we who survive all of that can't know the why. no matter how many times we ask or in what ways we ask. We can't know the why. But we can decide things like I've decided that he told her to wrap it up. That brings me peace. Why now? Why then? Why her? I can't know those answers, but knowing that she did everything she could to wrap up a life well lived brings me peace. So yeah, ask the questions and find an answer that brings you peace, even if it's not the answer to the question you've asked. Our questions are unanswerable. The real question is one of trust. I didn't expect to cry. Every time I do these, because I do them, I call them freezer reads. I've read through this book at least once before because of when I was grieving, but I'm just reading the passage for today, each week. And so until next week, take care of yourself and go with grace.